سؤال واحد.
سؤال واحد.
نعم.
أول واحد.
Yeah, here we are. One was okay. You said Dana to be in debt. Oh, something, someone, something. Yes, that's Dana. Yadino, he is in debt. Dana means he was in debt. No, Dana is Madi.
Dana is ماضي, يدين is مضارع. Same meaning, but just دانا يدين. like كتب يكتب.
But Kataba, he wrote, he writes.
نعم.
Right? But I mean, Dana, to be in debt, yani present,
نعم.
not was in debt.
Dana, no, Dana was in debt.
So he's not in debt now.
No, it was, because it's the past.
Like, yeah, like the verb.
So the verb is about being in debt. So Dana, in the past, يدين now.
Acha. So he was in debt, but he's not now. It's not.
He is in debt now.
And Yawmuddin, what does ad-din mean then?
As I said, الدين هنا معناها the day of debt, when like you'll be held accountable, you're entrusted with something, that's a debt, and then you'll be asked about it.
So Yawmu, I understand. The day. Ad-din. ما معنى ad-din?
This is what I said. So الدين معناها debt. So the debt, the day of the debt, means this is the day that everyone is going to be held accountable. هل درستم الضمائر؟ هل درستم الضمائر؟
نعم.
نعم. ما معنى الضمائر؟ pronouns. الضمائر معناها pronouns. الدرس الماضي قلنا أن الضمائر، هناك ضمائر الفاعل، ضمائر المفعول به، وضمائر الملكية. ودرسنا ضمائر. What pronouns did we study last time? الملكية. جميل. كيف أقول his book؟ كتابه. his. كيف أقول their book؟ كتابهم. كيف أقول her book؟ كتابها. كيف أقول my book؟ كتابي. كيف أقول our book؟ كتابنا. جيد. So هذه اسمها ضمائر الملكية. So ضمائر الملكية هل تتصل بالاسم أم الفعل؟ هل تأتي مع الاسم أم الفعل؟ مع الاسم. كتاب، كتابي، كتابك. So تتصل. So it connects with nouns. And then I say to you, inshallah, once you learn them, we are going to study ضمائر المفعول به. ضمائر المفعول به, which was so starting from backwards. So inshallah نبدأ. ضمائر المفعول به. Of the object. مفعول به, the one whom احنا عندنا في اللغة العربية أنا أقول
pronouns of the
كتب الطالب الدرس. الطالب is فاعل, the one who's writing, and الدرس is مفعول به, the thing that the action is done to. We agreed this. When في اللغة العربية, if we have an action, then we have, so عندنا فعل, then you have a فاعل, and then مفعول به. ضمائر المفعول به. We know ضمائر الفاعل. The first one that I haven't taught you yet, you already know it. because that's when someone, when I say كيف أقول I wrote كتبت كيف أقول they wrote كتبنا is we wrote. Yeah. We will have this but at the end, but what I'm trying to say, this we call ضمائر الفاعل, because when I say كتبت, the ta is representing who? The one who is doing the action, which we call what? فاعل. That's why those are called the ضمائر الفاعل. Because, so do I need to say أنا كتبت or can I just say كتبت? I can just say كتبت. That's why they are called ضمائر الفاعل. Okay. ضمائر المفعول به, let's say they are the same as ضمائر الملكية. So whatever you've learned, you know, it is the same. So ضمائر الملكية are the same like ضمائر المفعول به. The same. الفرق الوحيد, ما معنى فرق؟ Difference. الفرق الوحيد, ضمائر الملكية تتصل بالاسم. ضمائر الملكية تتصل بالاسم. I'm going to write this. We're going to do them inshallah because there is more to them than just knowing them. So ضمائر الملكية, so the ones that we studied, تتصل بالاسم.
تتصل the same as مع. Is تتصل the same as مع.
Yes, تتصل معناها connects. So ضمائر الملكية connects with what? اسم. نعم. لكن ضمائر المفعول به تتصل بالفعل. So they are the same, but the difference is what they connect with. نعم. Okay. So let's do this. So now ضمائر المفعول به are the same like ضمائر الملكية. I'm going to write a sentence and then you're going to make it into one word because you are going to replace the nouns in the sentence with pronouns. Okay? We're going to do this and mix and match. And if you master this, then any verb in Quran, any verb, and I mean it, will be nothing for you to translate. Because this is what happens. You need the root word and then you can see who is doing what to who. Okay. So, كتب. Write the examples and then your answers so you can see like how you train, because we're going to do a lot of mixing.
Are we doing some of those or that one there?
No, this one I'm not going to write now because you already know them through Al-Milkiyya. I said they are the same, but then at the end we are going to write them, inshallah. But because I need to see how you are going to apply them first. I need to see what mistakes you made. كتب الطالب الدرس. I need this as pronouns connected to كتب. You know, if I say it, you translate it, no problem. But the problem is you making it. So we need to reach that stage.
So in English, you mean he wrote it?
Exactly, exactly. This is what I mean. In English, it would be the student wrote the lesson, and you're going to say he wrote it.
In Arabic, he wrote it.
Yeah. Don't tell me.
No. I wasn't, I was just testing you.
Okay. Don't worry, I've done my work.
Yes, yes.
He wrote it.
So I wrote is
Katabtu. That Katabtu is I wrote.
Katabta is he wrote.
Kataba उसने लिखा तालिबु क्या लिखा it.
كتبه
Calicate.
Katabtahu.
كتب كتب
Kataba
Kataba.
taalibu.
You
Katabahu.
You can't say talibu. You have
No
to replace
كتبه
that.
الدرس.
No, you can't say darasa. You have to replace it with it. There should
No,
be-
but we are replacing a
Kataba
talib with
taalibu.
he. So we are taking the student out.
I like the discussion.
They can't be students.
it's
I need blood now.
It's either katabahu الطالب يا كتب الطالب هو.
Neither. You can't have the word talibu or darasa in the sentence. You have to write he wrote
I,
it.
I agree
Okay,
with that.
he wrote it.
So the
He
words
wrote.
can't be.
So katabahu,
But where is the lesson one?
he wrote it.
Katab-
The student wrote it.
Katabtahu.
Ta is you. Ta and T
Okay,
is
so what's
you.
he?
That's
He who.
Kataba. Ta is you. T is you.
He's
Feminine.
correct. He's actually correct.
Kataba.
You
Yeah,
cannot add a
kataba.
tab.
Kataba.
Katabahu.
It's just the
Kataba.
bad.
Kataba is already he wrote.
He wrote.
And it
Yeah.
is who, so katabahu.
كتبه so everything.
That's it.
Katabu.
But I'm going to say the student wrote it.
Okay.
Okay,
So
delete all of that with it.
let's.
Katabahu.
Okay. What's your verdict?
I was right the first time.
كتب الدرس, but I need a dars gun because we are studying ضمائر المفعول به. الدرس is a مفعول به. I need to say he wrote it.
Katabahu. That's it.
Yeah.
It's
But
كتب.
It is.
Katabahu. He wrote it. Yeah, kataba. The student wrote
Okay.
it.
We are going to.
But where is it gone there?
Good. Where is
Who
it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with
It.
Who?
كتب is he.
Yeah.
كتب is here. We know it, right?
He wrote.
How can I? How do I say
Okay.
he read something or he ate something?
أكلوا
أكل.
Akala.
Yeah.
أكل, قرأ, كتب, درس. We agreed together that he did is just the root,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I started with this because this is confusing because you don't see a pronoun for he. Okay, so كتب already covers الطالب. You get what I'm trying to say? So كتب already covers الطالب. So that reminds you always, there is no verb in Arabic that is detached from its doer. Always a verb with its do. So once I say كتب, it means he wrote. The who that you wrote at the end is what?
It.
Is
Darasa.
him.
Him.
Is him.
Yep.
Which is a dars. We used it. It's either him or her. But a dars مذكر أم مؤنث?
مذكر.
So that's why you say he wrote. That's كتب him, which is it. Because there is no it in Arabic. So the ha is ضمير
مفعول.
المفعول. You wrote ha as ضمير الفاعل. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I need everyone to be clear on this. Okay? Because we are going to do a lot they did this to him or them or she did this to they. We have to see all this combination, yeah? Okay, so you see right now why كتبه means he wrote it. Yeah, me. Okay, another example. I'm going to use the same, but it's plural because we're going to have a problem now. كتب الطلاب الدروس. So the students wrote the lessons. So what do we need now? Hmm?
Do you still say kataba?
You still say kataba. You know why? You remember what I said. If we mention...
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, when you
I
say
don't need
it,
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So كتب طلاب الدروس. So I needed to change into they wrote them. Referring to the rest. This is going to take us more than one session, but that's a third or more of Quran. That's you can actually say that I have learned this because it's not about learning new things. They're the same thing and you apply them to any verb. And I don't mind you using your notes. I don't mind because I want to tell you it's not about memorizing.
forget this. Right? Just think about the verb.
Very close.
He writes, she writes.
One small mistake, but you won't get it now. Or you
What
may.
they write.
Not the whom.
Yeah, not
Yes, now you're right. They and
كتبه. They.
when you fix it.
Basic verbs. It's ridiculous.
they write.
They write them. Alright.
They write them.
Use all your notes. It doesn't matter.
All in here. Somewhere. Somewhere in here.
जी हम लोग कुरेद के निकाल
तो यहाँ कुछ है लेकिन पता नहीं कहाँ है.
look
Where's the?
they write which is home yaktubun is they write. We have to write they wrote.
Yeah.
So home will have to be used. We'll have to use home. So katab home. Katab home, I'd say.
ये पता क्या देखिए सबसे पहले उन्होंने लिखा क्या कहते हैं
They write.
They wrote.
अरबिक में
كتبهم.
Home.
नहीं सिर्फ उन्होंने लिखा
Katabu is I wrote. मैंने लिखा.
नहीं वो लंबा जरा करो
كتبونا. No.
नहीं कतब
Kataba.
जमा नहीं है
I get my book.
اللغة العربية فاطمة.
Home is they.
वो तो ठीक है कतब वो नहीं है
A is जो हमने पहले भी कर लिया he. ठीक है जी. At is she.
हम दो दफा आए थे
Tati is you masculine, you feminine, and na is plural.
They wrote them and they كتبهم.
Remember that this is in the past, so you have to search how to change a verb in the past. Yes. This is not, they are right. We haven't even went to the present yet. We're just, I'm keeping it simple. Putting it in the past.
हाँ कतबुहुम भी हो सकता है but the root word is kataba.
वो तो मैं पता है
Kataba and just add home to it.
नहीं
कतबा
क्योंकि अत्तलाब आ गया तभी कतबा होगा he wrote because अत्तलाब plural है ना
Plural.
because that's why so when you remove that you have to take it make it plural katabu
You have to
या
say they
katabtum
wrote.
या katabhum katabhum
Okay, that's enough of a discussion.
Yeah.
So let's
go
get
on.
to the truth. Okay. Forget about the second part. So كتب الطلاب. So كيف أقول they wrote كتبوا because the what like in Quran a lot قالوا those who believed آمنوا those who disbelieved كفروا those who ate أكلوا شربوا الذين who says الذين آمنوا وعملوا so always they did you add a واو and alif أكلوا قالوا كتبوا so to say they to put a plural you add a واو and alif but the plural is the waw. Alif is just if nothing connects it. Once I connect something, the alif is going to be gone. So the waw is for the plural. So that's kata. So that's it. And I have the waw. That's they. Katabu. Okay. And then I have it drus. So I want to say them or their, which is hum. And you all agreed on this. And I agree with you. To say them, I would write hum. But there is a little, like a small rule that I might have taught it to you if my memory serves me well. I said to you that a plural of non-human things in Arabic, we deal with it as what? One feminine. And I remember I gave you the example. In Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says جنات. ما معنى جنات?
Heavens.
Heavens, جمع. Then Allah subhanahu says تجري. تجري معنى تجري؟
Raja,
جرى يجري running. من from. تحت ما معنى تحت؟ Under. Allah subhanahu says تجري من تحتهم or من تحتها. من تحتها. Why? Because the word جنات is not human being. It's not human being. So a plural of a non-human being, we deal with it as feminine singular.
كتبوها.
أحسنت. So that would be كتبوها. This is the missing rule. كتبوها. And why is that important? Because in translation, if you don't get that, you're going to translate it as singular, even though it's a ha as plural. Why is that? Because non-human plural is singular feminine. So كتبوها. And then you see, ha معناها it, not them. Why is that? Because الدروس is non-human. Non-human. So literally, they wrote them, even though ha doesn't mean them. It means it as singular. But because it's a plural for non-human.
لا يدري. لا يدري.
Okay. Let's see.
He doesn't understand.
A bit, yeah.
لا أدري.
Yeah, لا أدري. Because لا يدري, you're talking about someone he doesn't know.
Oh, right.
He's right about it.
Yeah,
He's right
He's
about
right about it.
Okay.
I don't know.
But that's a good way. لا يدري. He doesn't know, so explain to him. Okay. Okay. So is the first part understood?
الدروس, yes.
كتبوا.
كتبوا, okay. Yeah.
They wrote. أكلوا شربوا. Okay. I'm supposed to say they wrote them. Because الدروس is plural.
الطلاب is fine.
And الطلاب is plural. So الدروس in Arabic we said that. Forget about this example. ما هذا؟ هذا قلم. ما هذه؟
أقلام.
هذه أقلام.
You don't say yes.
كيف نقول they?
Whom.
هؤلاء. Yes,
Yes,
they معناهم.
yes.
But these, sorry,
These, yes.
these.
هؤلاء.
Because we started to say this and these, we said هذا للمذكر، هذا قلم. Okay. ما هذه؟ ساعة. Okay. Like if I ask about the, do I say ما هؤلاء?
No.
I say ما هذه. Why? Even though they are plural, I'm supposed to say هؤلاء.
Non-human.
Because it's non-human. So non-human in Arabic, you refer to as singular feminine in everything. So instead of saying these, I say this. Because they are non-human. Okay. So I said ما هذه, and you reply by saying هذه أقلام. So this is what happened here. I was supposed to say كتبوهم. They wrote them. But because them is referring to what? The lessons. And the lessons are non-human. So I'm going to mention a pronoun that is for singular feminine. So that's why I used her. Okay? And if you look at that, it's a ضمير مفعول به. It is the same. How would I say her book? كتابها. So that's just to remind you that ضمائر الملكية are the same like ضمائر المفعول به. Okay? 2, 0. Yeah, I've answered 2. Like, so okay.
Liverpool gonna lose yesterday. Yes.
There's still,
Time.
you know. في اللغة العربية من يضحك أخيرا
نعم.
يضحك كثيرا.
شكرا جزاك الله.
Okay. ما معنى من؟
Those
who. ما معنى ضحك؟ To laugh. So يضحك, he laughs. So he who laughs أخيرا ما معنى آخر؟ At the end يضحك, he laughs كثيرا. Laughs a lot. Yeah. من يضحك. Write it down because learning phrases, it helps. Yeah. من يضحك. أخيرا يضحك كثيرا. من يضحك أخيرا يضحك كثيرا.
Translation is who laughs
last
the most.
Yeah.
Laughs a lot or the most. كثيرا.
So who يضحك. Oh, right. So I was confusing kaf with you.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
It's
That's
the
the
part
kaf
of
is
the-
part of the
yeah.
yes. Exactly.
يضحك. Who laughs
Last.
longest. He who laughs longest.
Oh,
Yes.
subhanallah.
من يضحك أخيرا يضحك كثيرا.
طلع انجليزي में एक दो कहीं इसको अंग्रेजी और में तर्जुमा
Yeah.
we should say some in English which we know translate into Arabic.
Yeah, inshallah. Yeah.
All's well that ends well.
So let's رقم 3. Let's see if you get it the third. Say the third is the charm, isn't it?
We got the first one. No?
Almost.
Almost. Yes.
Eventually.
Okay. The thing is that we need to reach the stage where we don't think about it. Okay, so that's why this training is needed. You take time to write it, but then you take time to say it, but then you don't take time at all. You mean? And This is the hardest part. You know the easiest part of Arabic, I'm not going to claim about any other language. The easiest part of Arabic is knowing the meaning of the vocab. Is knowing قال معناها to say, is known because you can bring this quite لعب to play, قرأ to read, كتب to write, أكل to eat. This is the easiest part in Arabic. The hardest part is the structure to put this together because one word, all of what we're doing right now is turning a sentence into one word by connecting the problem. So once you master this, nothing will be hard because all what you need to do afterwards is just, if you know how to make it like this, all what you need to know is just bring the root and put it, and you know how to structure it. You mean? So.
We're doing it now. Mhm.
علمت المدرسات
At is she.
But it's Allah.
الطالبات.
She taught.
Oh yeah.
She taught the teachers.
Who taught? No. So المدرسات ما معنى مدرس؟
The
Teacher.
Or,
ما معنى
The
مدرسات؟
teachers taught the
Teachers.
student. Taught the student.
Taught the student.
One.
Yeah.
So
They
they
taught
taught
the
her.
الطالبة. So it's singular.
So طالبة, yes. طالبة معنى.
علمت المدرسات الطلبة.
Bismillah kabul.
So they taught her.
Acha.
They don't know.
So I don't know other forms of Madi. Like, you know, كتبوا, they, that's they masculine.
Didn't we do they feminine?
No, we haven't done the forms of Madi.
We haven't done the forms of Madi. Like fully. Okay, I will give you this, but then like we have to learn them today because this is part of it. We've done the Mudari,
We've done
but
Madi.
not Madi.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you all the forms of Madi inshallah today. But which letter, even without we, which letter do you think is going to come at the end of a verb to mean they for feminine?
Oh, for they. For
Tunna.
أحسنتي. Noon.
Yes.
Noon. When I say they did, anything is just noon.
جلسون.
Like so, or say جلسن معناها they sat down. كتبن معناها they wrote. قرأن معناها they read. So the noon at the end of a verb, it means they for feminine. أحسن. So that's yeah.
علمت.
علمت.
Yeah.
علمت
علمت المدرسات.
علمن.
I mean it's at the end.
So they taught her.
They taught her. Huh?
Yeah.
They taught her. ये बता.
علمن.
علمن.
नहीं علمهن नहीं.
Her.
अभी तो किया है.
علمن.
جلسن.
جلسنا.
नहीं.
علمتنا.
But where is her gone? Allaman will be.
علمن.
If you're convinced about something, write it and make it your answer. I don't need you to come to an agreement. You can discuss it, but then
Allaman will be they taught.
नहीं allama means he taught. allama पीछे लगाना है allama
हाँ में नून है सिर्फ
नून है
अल्लमन
हाँ Allaman हाँ
Allaman?
that sounds
अल्लमन अल्लमन will be because
they
one
taught.
word.
Allaman हाँ
Allamannaha.
that doesn't.
अल्लमन because doctor
वो मन
just said
नहीं होगा मन नहीं
just a noon
नून नहीं
Noon is they.
नून is there but how it's there you know अल्लामहुन नहीं वो भी नहीं हो सकता
Allaman हाँ sounds very
Yes.
unusual.
1-0. Yeah.
Okay.
1-0.
1-0. Okay, let's look at that. Why I mentioned that? Because the mistake that you're trying to do is that you're trying to keep the ta. Why do I need the ta? Ta is to say it's feminine.
no I'm
Yeah.
I got it the
So
allama
ta is out of the way.
Yes,
Because
yeah.
ta is singular feminine.
yes yes
So I know that the fa'il is plural feminine. So I have allam and then I have the na.
علمنا
Allamna,
الشعر
allamna
ha
Ha.
ha.
ha
And then I have ha. So
But it didn't sound right.
write it. So the noon is they feminine and ha is her. They taught her. Allamnaha.
so noon will carry sukoon as well
Allamna. No, noon is always fatha.
fatha
Yeah. Allamnaha.
allamnaha
Allamnaha.
allamnaha is literally they
They were
they
taught.
taught her
Yes.
No, just they taught. Alamna is
Ha.
they taught.
ha is her
Ha is her.
so they taught her
Alamna.
Yeah. Allamnaha. They taught her.
yeah it's from hunna
Yeah.
Mhm.
Once we just, inshallah, we'll do the Madi today as well. And once you see all of this, then I'm going to bring you like famous words in Quran that you know, but then you will see the breaking down of this. Yeah? The one that you just mentioned right now, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, look at that, look at the beauty of learning pronoun. That's a verse in Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, وَمَا عَلَّمْنَاهُ الشِّعْرَ.
we did not
Okay.
teach him poetry
You see, what did you say? And
poetry sorry we did not teach him poetry
exactly. You said what? And we did not. Where is not here?
that's the
Ma.
ma
The ma, ahsant. And where is teach?
Allam.
Allama. And where is we?
nah
Na.
Na. Like katabna.
Him.
And where is him?
Who?
Who? And
Ash-shir.
and ash-shir. That's what I'm trying to say. We have all these pronouns all over Quran, mix and match. And we did not teach him poetry. So here you have the verb, the fa'il, but instead of a fa'il, one word, it is the pronoun we. And then him is who? وَمَا عَلَّمْنَاهُ الشِّعْرَ.
one question wouldn't the shi'ra isn't that singular wouldn't it be plural ash'ar
No, because poetry is like, you know, those like collective nouns, like water.
yeah
It refers to water in general. So shi'r refers to
okay.
poetry. Okay, so you see this? So we know a lot of verses that are common in Quran and we know their translation, but the breaking down comes here. The hardest part of this is to know we and him. Because allama and ash-shi'r is easy. So here is all the work. And we did not teach him. So you can see pronouns come in the same order like the nouns that they represent. So the first will be ضمير الفاعل, the pronoun for the doer, we. And then that comes after will be ضمير المفعول به. And we did not teach him. It is the same thing. Here it was علمناها because the noon is here for the like the plural feminine. So they taught her. This is علمناه, we taught him.
you know علمناه so
Yeah.
we taught him
Yes, علمناه
Now,
means we
okay,
taught him.
now if for example I said for example I taught my horse right,
Yes.
to run I could still use علمناه it would be it then
Yes,
horse.
exactly, because ha refers to him or to it if it's a masculine. Yeah, yeah. You can say علم. If you want to say I taught my horse, علمته. علمت, so that's I. علمته, I taught him, referring to the horse. I taught it. There's no difference between it and him or her, because in Arabic all have the same pronoun. Okay?
So علمنا is the ضمير فاعل.
ضمير فاعل, yes.
Where's the مفعول به? Is the
Who.
who is the مفعول به?
Who is the مفعول به? And how would I know? Because I taught you that possessiveness, that ضمائر الملكية are the same like المفعول به. كيف أقول his book? كتابه. Who? So the same thing here. علمناه. Who?
Sorry, last thing.
طبعا.
Probably this is it's different. This is not, we're not doing the Quran, right?
Yeah, you can say
I know. So what I'm saying is, علمت, right?
علمت.
علمت المدرس. So with the علمت المدرسة, would you join that?
Yes, yeah, because the alif doesn't have a hamza, so you join it when you read علمت المدرسة. I don't say علمت المدرسة.
Yeah.
I do علمت المدرسة. That's why here in the Quran, because the alif of الشعر doesn't have a hamza,
Yeah.
I don't read it وما علمناه الشعر. I said وما علمناه الشعر.
حركات المناسبة.
نعم.
ما شاء الله.
Qasr of convenience.
We're getting there.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Number 4. So one now. Oh, not 3, but the rest of you. I enjoyed it.
One for the team.
Yeah. Number 4. Come on, this one, come on.
We don't know the past. That's the purpose.
We don't know. Yes, the past किसी को नहीं पता.
पास सारे भूल जाते हैं.
Or the future.
We all think of the future, not the past. Right? That's a tough one. He's thinking. Yeah, everybody.
Stay, isn't it?
Yeah. تدرسون.
أنتم تدرسون. ما معنى تدرسون؟
درس has to teach.
درس has to teach. So تدرسون, so you teach اللغة. ما معنى اللغة؟
Dictionary.
لا, لغة.
Language.
So you teach
The language.
the language. So I need you to write me, you teach it.
So yes, علم and درس same thing.
نفس الشيء. Yes.
نفس الشيء. ما شاء الله.
أنتم تدرسون.
بملكتم يا كهانكم جويني. Okay.
That's you plural.
So the translation is you
teach So that's miladi.
You could also use أنتم تعلمون.
Yeah.
It's a trick one.
Sometimes you can trick the students by giving them something very simple.
Yeah.
So so they overtake you.
I'm on to you.
So is this you a plural you, right? This
Yeah.
is this is you plural.
Oh, sorry. I think I've got it. I hope on.
This is my favorite bit. I love this.
Because as I said at the
He
end,
gave it.
It's
like
also
the,
logical.
He gave
it's
a hint
logical.
there.
And
The vocabulary I don't like.
He gave a hint
This
that making
second.
something don't make it too difficult. So I made it so simple.
No, the rasuha.
Huh?
So because ta is you, na will be the plural for you
Yes.
all.
हाँ ये ठीक है मैं भूल गया ये हाँ होना चाहिए
Because lugha is
Yeah.
feminine, I think.
बिल्कुल लोग इस टाइम ते है ना तामर भूता रहती है तो इस तो
So تدرسون as madari.
يدرسوا
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
In madari you don't need the anton. You don't need the
yeah.
pronoun. So why would you change تدرسون?
No, because this is
ये पता क्या
antum is replacing noon here. So
ये
if
पर
we
अंतुम
get-
you need to write antum
you don't need
No,
تدرسوا
Antum.
because it's
Yeah.
madari.
you don't need
تدرسوا
antum
You don't
there
need
is
Antum.
means you told
تدرسون means you told.
Yeah.
تدرسونها
It's like saying aktub, I write, and saying ana aktub, I write. Yeah, but you don't need it, but you can still have it. It won't be like,
won't it be like I write?
yeah it's almost started
Yeah, yes, but you don't, yeah. So the answer is
Nudarrasuha.
تدرسونها
تدرسينها.
okay.
Nudarrasuha.
So you have تدرسون معناها you teach,
Yes.
and you add the ha referring to اللغة.
Yes.
So تدرسونها. Okay. What you said تدرسوها is correct as well, but that's too early for it. But it's correct.
Oh.
But it's
Advanced
correct.
student, advanced student,
Yeah.
advanced student.
But
That's 2 points to him, alright?
Okay.
2 points to him. So we catch up now.
Why is that? Because if you remember at the beginning of the lesson, I said to you, what represents the plural?
Wow.
The wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever comes after is extra. That's what we did to the alif, you remember? We said كتبوها. We forgot about the alif. So you can actually, the noon can go away. But that's a grammatical case. Sometimes why the noon will go away. So both are correct. تدرسونها and تدرسوها, because what you need to prove it is they is the wow. Okay? Noon is not just extra for no purpose. It is for a purpose. But, like, that would depend on a sentence.
It's on the context.
The context.
On the context, if you can tell it's feminine, then you can probably remove it. But if you can't, then you have to add it.
No. But we'll come to it, inshallah.
This is
Yeah.
different.
But to be on the safe side, because right now we haven't learned that rule, so the correct for the time being would be تدرسونا fully, the waw noon for they, and then ha for our lugha. تدرسونها.
I think so.
I think so. They probably didn't do switching the two names.
There's a twist in this, yeah? But we need to see them, all of it, because I'm going to bring you to Quran and you will have this as well. So I'm going to write.
It's gonna be zero. Get ready for zero.
Need a twist nip something.
70 stance and twist.
पुरानी पाकिस्तानी फिल्मों में यही होता था, black and white.
Twist?
और गरीब मुराद और शबनम.
Don't write it, sorry.
Don't write it.
Those were innocent times.
I know, yes.
Because it leaves water in it, so it makes it hard to write. I'll write it here.
Adina.
Adina Khan.
नहीं अहमद
Ahmed जी.
What is Darab mean?
Darab is to beat or to hit, strike. Darab to I strike and Muhammad and
कितना नहीं पकड़ के कोटिया Pakistan में आ रहा है. This thing just happened in Pakistan, you know. The troop got here, beat up the students, two teachers. I can't say that. I hit and then Muhammad and Fatima hit the students.
Yeah, they. Or we.
So you want to remove all of that, say.
Or they do.
So I and Muhammad and Fatima hit the student.
So we hit them. Right, and Fatima.
Why is the wah there? Wah shouldn't be there.
Why? And
What?
Okay.
I and Muhammad.
yeah, I and Muhammad and Fatima.
I and Muhammad and Fatima. I hit
So in
and
Madi, yeah.
Muhammad and Fatima students.
The students. So I and Muhammad and Fatima hit the students.
Right. Inshallah.
So
Hopefully we get this one right.
Okay.
نحن
Now, so how do we connect it to a verb?
We
Darab.
We had it in علمنا.
And we.
Yeah, so the noon and
Noon
alif
and alif.
is we.
So, Inshallah.
ضربنا
Darabna.
No, we said there was a twist.
Oh.
Did you put in a twist?
Is there a twist in this? Tell me. I don't have a look. That is the twist, yes.
طلاب them
Then.
ضربناهم
Yeah, but what's the twist?
Yes. It's ضربناهم, as you said. It was here because some of the things we say, some would think here, when I say ضربت ومحمد وفاطمة, some would translate as they, because I have Muhammad and Fatima. Once the ta is here, then you have to make it all we. But if it wasn't, if it was ضرب, so he, ومحمد and Fatima, it would be ضربوا they. But because there is ta here, I, and I'm going to add to them, I translate it into we. So ضربنا and الطلاب is
them
هم.
Them.
Yes, them.
Them.
So what if I want to change it and I make this الطالبات? How would I?
Huma.
هما no هما is dual
هما is dual.
هن
Hunna.
هن. It would be ضربنا هن. Okay? And look,
Would it be hunna or hunna?
هن with a hunna, not an alif. Okay. Look at Quran. Allah Subhanahu says نحن خلقناكم. We خلق. This is the root. خلقنا. We created كم.
Them.
You all.
Oh, come. Yeah.
Because that's the kaf. If it was them, it would be خلقناهم. Look at your possessiveness pronoun. Your is what? Is it kum or hum? Kum. Hum is there. So نحن خلقناكم. We created you all.
Plural masculine.
Yeah, that's why I said if you master ضمائر الملكية, possessive pronouns, then ضمائر المفعول would be nothing because they are the same. نحن خلقناكم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says الذين يكتبون الكتاب يعرفوا in a verse says يعرفونه. ما معنى يعرفونه؟
He knows them.
عرف. أحسنت. عرف to know. And when I add a ya, that's the third person, he. But I said يعرفون. So is it a he or?
They know him.
They
know.
Because I
There's a noun.
ya is he, but I add a waw and nun, I make it they. يعرفون. يكتبون. يعرفونه. They know him. يعرفونه أبناءهم.
Like they know their own sons.
Yeah. You see how pronouns. Okay. If like if you open any page, you see, look at, I'm going to show, that's a random page. I opened it, yeah? I'm going to show you, so to see how much you know in these pronouns, because you need a lot of practice till they become very fast, is going to make a difference in your learning of the language. That's the first line. It says الذين يأكلون. ما معنى يأكلون? Who is eating?
They are.
They are. Because ya is for the third person, ya, and then the waw and nun for plural. So those who eat. It's eat. I didn't say ate because it's يأكلون isn't the مضارع. يأكلون. الربا. Okay. لا يقومون. قام is to stand. They. So who is standing? They. لا يقومون إلا كما يقوم. ما معنى يقوم?
Like they are
Who is standing?
Them.
Same people.
No.
Except
قام يقوم is
So,
he is.
أحسنت. He. This one is they stand, but this one is he stands. Because I don't have the waw and noon for the plural. So those who eat riba, usually, they do not stand except like the one who stands. You see? يقوم. Okay. يتخبطه. Don't worry about خبط معناها to hit. خبط. So if I say
Like daraba.
like ضرب. Yeah. So ما معنى يتخبط? So if ya, so it means what? Who is doing the action? He. أحسنت. And doing the action to whom? To him. يتخبطه. As I said, forget about the root. This is the last thing. So he is hitting him. الشيطان. So الشيطان is hitting him. من المس ذلك بأنهم. Because they. Anna is that and whom is them. Yeah. قالوا.
They say.
They said. Because if it wasn't the mudari', what would be? يقولون. But this is قالوا. إنما البيع مثل الربا وأحل الله البيع وحرم فمن جاءه.
And those who go walk with
ما معنى جاء? Yes. So is it in the past or in the present? جاء. Past. So he came. جاءه.
who came to
it or to him.
yeah,
جاءه موعظة من ربه. ما معنى ربه؟
his
his Lord. Possessiveness. Look
Yes.
what I've been doing.
yes,
من ربه فانتهى. فله. ما معنى له؟
فله
For him.
For him. He has.
فله
So fa is
So he has or he gets. لام is for. فله ما سلف وأمره. أمر is matter. So أمره ما معنى؟ his matter. إلى الله ومن عاد فأولئك أصحاب النار هم النار. Look at النار. Is the word النار مذكر or مؤنث? مؤنث. How would I know? Allah Subhanahu says هم فيها in it خالدون. Okay. يمحق. So محق to like to eradicate or to make something perish.
Mim ha and
ميم حاء قاف. So who is doing it? He. Who is he?
Allah.
Allah. أحسنتي. ويربي. Who is doing this? He. Because رابا is to make something grow. ويربي الصدقة. والله لا يحب. So who is loving? He doesn't. Because and لا يحب. إن الذين آمنوا. ما معنى آمنوا? They believed. وعملوا. They did الصالحات. وأقاموا. They established or they stood up for the الصلاة. وآتوا. And they gave الزكاة. لهم for them. So they get أجرهم. Their reward. عند ربهم. No عند. At. I said to you at.
yes,
At their Lord. ولا خوف. ما معنى خوف؟
no fear
في عليهم
on
upon them. ولا هم and they are not يحزنون.
they will not be scared.
حزن حاء زي النون معناها sadness.
Oh, they will not
Yeah.
feel.
They will not feel sadness. Yeah is he, but then waw and noon at the end makes it they. Yeah, you see, we've gone through a whole page because of what? Pronouns.
huzn.
Yeah.
Huzn is
Sadness.
sadness.
And do this to any page in Quran. Pronouns. He, they, establishing, become sad, were sad. That's it. It's a game of whom it belongs to, who is doing what. Is he doing it now or did it in the past? That's all ضمائر الفاعل. Who is doing it? ضمائر المفعول به and ضمائر الملكية. Okay? We'll have a break. Just this because we are going to do all ضمائر الفاعل in the past inshallah after the break. So you have the whole thing because you had ضمائر الملكية last time. ضمائر المفعول به you don't need to read them like to write them again because they are the same as ضمائر الملكية. And then we are going just to do ضمائر الفاعل and then you will have the full list.
And you write in the Madi as well, please.
Yes, yeah, we are going to do الماضي inshallah.
Wow.
Ji.
Yeah.
Mim
yeah.
ha qaf. Mahaqa.
محق.
Mahaqa means to
Eradicate, to perish.
Yeah.
بالكل من
Yeah.
متعاطي.
To make something go.
destroy.
Yeah, destroy. Yeah.
and there's another
يمحق
word
الله الربا.
khabata.
خبط. خبط معناها to
hit.
to hit, yeah, or collide with something. Let's say.
Collide with a.
So let's get some cups.
Would you?
Yes.
Just keep cutting. Just. ضمائر الفاعل, which was the first list. So inshallah, the 12 pronouns, and then you have to change them في الماضي. ضمائر الفاعل.
All of that is
You wrote down Did you find it? You wrote an all
Madi we have.
Madi.
Yeah, I have all.
So we have
Yeah,
that.
sorry, start.
نعم. سنتعلم الآن ضمائر الفاعل.
So what have we just done? Maf'ul
Oh yes, we've done المفعول به. Because we said المفعول به نفس الملكية. Yeah. So that's why I didn't want to write them again because there is no point.
So we just done the Mal Maful
Yes, without writing them, we've done them.
5 of them, yes.
Because yeah, in ضمائر المفعول به, these are ضمائر المفعول به. The only difference they connect to فعل.
Yeah.
والضمائر الملكية connect to اسم.
So there's only. Sorry, Bhagya. Come on.
So I think good share.
Yeah, so listen, hold on. Are there 3 or 2?
There are three,
Three.
but
What
the
we
mind
used is the
maful.
Ma'arun Mafulun Be ye kiya na.
हाँ, नहीं।
Acha.
We did Milkiya.
Last time
No,
Milkiya
Milkiya
किया
last
था.
time किया
Yeah,
था.
you are
Maful
correct.
bhi and Milkiya are very much similar. You just need to
You
put
best
The Ma'arun Milkiya Tatasilu bil Ism. Mafulun Bihi Tatasilu bil.
They're the same as Milkiya, but they attach to verbs.
Bil Fi'l. चलो जैसे भी हो याद तो करना ही है सॉरी
Tamayr al-Fa'il. So now we're doing al-Fa'il, right? Tamayr al-Fa'il.
अब क्या करना है ये क्या करें
Tamayr al-Fa'il.
pronouns of the of the doer
Also, yeah, the
Damirul
active
fa'il
participle.
The
Yeah,
AP.
stop these difficult words मैं समझ नहीं आती active participle
And passive participle.
English was
That
never my
sounds like
first
him.
subject.
That's what I always say to him.
अंग्रेजी
It's
नहीं
like,
आती वो
just
active
No,
Stop
I
telling
know
me.
what he's doing.
passive and the this
so you do to me.
I've never done English grammar.
सीधा सीधा बताओ
You know, all these names, they don't make any sense in Arabic.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
the object can be active participant.
Oh my God, all difficult words.
Yeah, it can be the word the subject. Why do you call him the subject? And the other is an object. It can be both objects as the meaning of the object. So that's why we forget
So
about
you-
it.
you
فاعل
can just the
makes
subject.
sense. فاعل.
The subject
Do
of
it.
the object.
No.
The subject of the object.
Subject is a.
That sounds like Ali.
The subject of
Okay,
the
so
object
ये
is
अब क्या कर रहे हैं? So what are we doing now, Ustad?
Subhanallah, I still remember the first session we had. Do you remember? It was only both of you.
Yeah.
And then we were trying to switch from these like subject, object, and item. And I said, do not forget about
Forget
that.
about it.
no English grammatical terms.
I'm still telling him to forget about it.
Yeah.
Well, unlearning.
Active
Got to
participle.
unlearn.
In my case, it's very inactive participle.
Bismillah. So, okay, we said that we have, when we say pronouns, we have to put them 2, 5, 5. First person, second person, third
Third
person. So you give them to me without looking at your notes. So I,
Ana.
okay, and afterwards,
Nahnu.
نحن. Good. So that's first person. Okay, بعد ذلك
Anta.
أنت, أنت,
Antum.
أنتم,
Antuma.
أنتما,
Antunna.
أنتن. Okay, and then
Huwa.
هو,
Here.
هي,
Whom?
هم,
Huma.
هما,
And
Hunna.
Hunna.
هن.
Hunna, yes.
These are just the
These are just pronouns.
Pronouns, like,
Just pronouns.
Yeah, let's learn the word for it. They say they are called ضمائر منفصلة. Because we say, because all our pronouns, what is the difference between أنت and when I say كتبت? Like when I say أنا, when I say كتبت, the ta is أنا.
Anna, yes.
The difference is that أنا is منفصل, detached, while the tu is متصل. Okay, so this is the difference.
So الضمائر المنفصلة.
Yes. So
And it's with a scene, right? منفصلة.
صاد.
صاد.
So that's ضمائر فاعل. These are the pronouns of the dua. منفصلة.
Right.
That are detached. Pronouns of the dua that are detached. Because أنا and that all represents the one who does the action. And then we are going to change them into ضمائر فاعل as well, but there will be متصلة.
Connected.
Antomas, is it Antunna or is it Antuna?
Ah, I missed one.
Mm.
After أنتما, أنتن.
Antunna.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't listen.
Yeah, ضمائر فاعل. What was the meaning of that? ضمائر فاعل.
ضمائر فاعل, so ضمائر of the
Pronouns of
doer,
the doer which are not.
which are detached
Okay.
because they do not connect to a word. ضمائر فاعل منفصلة.
Detached.
Sorry, let me just write this down.
No. Antum. I think yeah. Antum.
وهي. Yeah, it is a name as well.
Yeah.
But is that with a ha or with a ha? I'm not
With
sure.
a ha. It has got a different meaning, I believe.
أنا نحن هم.
Yeah, first person.
I,
Second person and
we.
third person.
Jameel. Okay. So we'll use the classical verb that we have, كتب, and change it. So because make it like the past changes from the last. So we're not going to make any change from the beginning. So always the past at last we change it like at the end of it. Okay? So would be kata. So all would start with kataba. All would start with kataba.
Shall we close the door?
All of them are okay. Right.
Yeah. Because the past changes, from the last. So they will all start with كتب. Unlike مضارع, عكس المضارع from the beginning it's أكتب, نكتب, يكتب, تكتب. Let's say like the present is the beginning, let's say, and the past, so at last, so you can distinguish. So أنا كتبت. Good. كتبت. نحن كتبنا. أنت
كتبك.
كتبت. أنت كتبتي. Look, the T. So أنتم كتبتم. ماضي سهل. ما معنى سهل؟ Easy. أنتما كتبتما. أنتن كتبتن. هو
كتبه.
هو كتب. Nothing. The root is he did. The root is he did. So هو كتب. This is the root. Nothing. كتب. هي كتبت
but
سكون. هم كتبوا قالوا آمنوا. most famous pronoun in Quran. آمنوا وعملوا قالوا. هما Okay, I'm going to ask you something. Do you remember we said that the wow is always tells us that that's a plural masculine? Forget about the alif, right? Because in mudari it becomes waw and noon. Okay. What is the letter that represents the dual in Arabic? Alif.
kataba.
Ahsant. Kataba. As we have the waw of the plural, we have the alif of the dual. In mudari, it would be yaktuban. You remember, we'd add alif and noon.
Yeah.
But alif is what determines. So that's why it's here. Kataba. Hunna. Katab.
katabahun.
Na.
katabna.
The noon. Noon for katabna.
Not katab.
Not katabna. The difference between they wrote feminine and we wrote is that this one is na. But this was na. كتبنا. No alif.
Shall we also quickly write their meanings?
Yeah.
Katabu.
I wrote.
I wrote.
Yeah.
No, we wrote.
So I,
You
we,
wrote.
it would be the same like the pronoun.
Yeah, yeah. We
They
wrote.
wrote. He wrote.
We wrote. Anta is.
So you have all anta is you.
Yeah. You wrote.
Anta is you. But then you have masculine, feminine, plural masculine, dual, plural feminine.
Katabtum is you wrote plural.
Yeah. Masculine.
You wrote, yes. You wrote mass MP. Antuma is you wrote plural dual. Yeah.
Dual, yeah. Because you have the alif.
Yes. Dual. Antunna is you wrote.
Apart from, do we just memorize it?
You memorize it, but it's easy as I said. Why is that?
You wrote.
أنا and نحن because we use them all the time. They're
Yes,
easy.
yes.
كتبت and نحن.
You wrote.
The anta is exactly the pronoun. You see? As if the alif and noon is the pronoun. Ta, it's a ta.
Yes.
T, it's T.
MashaAllah.
Tum, tum. Tuma, tuma. Noon, noon.
Katabu is they wrote masculine plural. Katabu.
Yeah.
They wrote masculine plural.
Yeah.
Kataba is they wrote dual.
You see? So once you know that, أنتن كتبتن. أنتما كتبتما. أنتم كتبتم. أنت كتبت. أنت كتبتي. Yeah. But you know what? Again, pronouns are not easy because again you're going to think, is this فاعل, مفعول? Is it in the past? Is it in the present? But still, they are worthy every single moment that you put as effort in them because this is going to make everything easy.
So all past tense will start with the
With
verb
the and then it changes at the end.
and all the
For
present one will
you are
start
going, yeah. And I'm
ya
going
or ta.
to alif nun ya'ta, only that. The 4 letters, anaytu. A verb in the present starts with one of 4 letters. Alif nun ya or ta. Because I have alif and noon for I. Aktub, naktub. That's the present. And then ta for the second person. Anta taktub, anti taktubin, antuma taktuban, antum taktubun, antunna taktub. So ta is also second person. Anya is for the third person. So فعل في المضارع it starts with one of 4 letters. Alif noon and then ta or ya.
Atayan, atayn.
أتين.
So these would be called الضمائر الفاعل.
ضمائر الفاعل. Yes, these are ضمائر الفاعل. But these were منفصلة. This what we call if you need ضمائر. Okay? الفاعل. The same like the first one. المتصلة. The connected ones. Because this is the same as this. The only thing is this one has to connect to a word, and this one is منفصلة.
متصل منفصل.
متصل منفصل.
منفصل independent.
Munfasila detached and that's joined.
Yeah. And you remember we said the word فصل. ما معنى فصل?
The basic.
A season, a compartment of something, a classroom, because it's like, you know, a section of something. So that's a فصل, because فصل معناه to separate something.
What fasla means to?
To separate.
Separate something.
Yeah.
Fasla.
لذلك it's one of the names of the day of the hereafter. ليوم الفصل. Allah subhanahu is going to separate the truth from the falsehood. So that's the معنى فصل.
So fasla, can tell me again the meaning. Fasla means to separate.
Yes.
And to divide. To put into a category.
Yeah. That's why even if you are reading a book, it says الفصل الأول, first chapter. الفصل الثاني. And seasons of the year, فصل الشتاء, فصل الصيف, because that's a section of the year. Part.
Yawmul Fasl, the day of.
Yes, that's the day of separation, the literal meaning. So now you have the full picture. الصورة كاملة. الصورة كاملة لأنكم درستم ضمائر الفاعل، ضمائر المفعول به، ضمائر الملكية. ضمائر الفاعل، ضمائر المفعول به، ضمائر الملكية. And these are all the types of pronouns. All of them. It's like, you know, go through Quran. This is what is there. Not a single verb would be out of this.
سريع مراجعة ضمائر المفعول به.
نعم. نعم. ليست مشكلة. Do you know what he said?
Quick revision of.
ما شاء الله. Yes, a quick revision of ضمائر المفعول. Yeah. So ضمائر المفعول به، ضمائر المفعول به, as we said, هي نفس ضمائر الملكية. It's the same as ضمائر الملكية. The same. No change. So the list that you learned from last time, like
الملكية.
yeah. So the same as الملكية. Okay. الفرق أن ضمائر الملكية, the difference that ضمائر الملكية connect to a noun. تتصل باسم. While ضمائر المفعول به it connects to a verb. That's it. So مثال. ما معنى مثال? Example. مثلا كيف أقول that's good. كيف أقول yeah, because one thing came and we will need it, and I think I referred to it before. كيف أقول he taught me. Write it down. He taught me. Use علم or درس. My point here is not the root word. I gave you the root word, taught. علم or درس. I need this. I need you to connect two pronouns, he taught and me.
علمني.
علمني.
علمني. Okay. So what did you do? We have the root here. علم. So what you did is that you added a noon
Yes.
for he,
No.
For me.
No.
for me.
For me.
For me.
No, me is ya.
Okay, so okay.
What's the noon?
So okay, you added a ya for me. So the noon is for the plural feminine.
No, the noon is because he is doing it to you. So like the alami means I like my taught. That doesn't make sense. So alamani means he taught me.
But I mean, again,
Ni is also is for me. So e and ni are the same.
where is the noon? How do you come?
shouldn't be there.
We know. Did we have a noon for me?
No.
Me is ya.
Ya is me.
I say
He-
kitabi, right?
Ya is me. علم is he taught, and the noon.
Is for what? The noons that we learned, it's either after an alif for the dual,
Because
or
it's because you can't have علمي. It means nothing. علمي.
why does it mean nothing?
Allami.
What is the noon? It's a simple question. Don't go right or left. What is the noon for?
Oh,
Phonetic reasons.
حركة المناسبة. No.
What
It's for the.
for haraka is noon a haraka?
It sounds nice.
Noon is a letter.
It sounds nice.
It sounds nice. I like it.
Yeah, علمني.
Okay. That's why when I thought of it, I said that's a nice one because you're going. You see, naturally you put the noon.
Yeah.
Okay. I refer to it once I mention it. You should remember it. This is called, and remember it all the time, noon al-wiqaya. نون الوقاية. ما معنى وقى يقي؟
Stand.
This is وقف.
Okay.
Let me.
الله سبحانه وتعالى says in the Quran يا أيها الذين آمنوا
To prevent.
أحسنت.
Yeah.
To prevent. وقى يقي to prevent. So it is called the noon of prevention.
Celebrating going downstairs. This is called the noon of prevention.
Because both e and ni can be used for me.
Yeah, we will. I'm going to explain. Yes.
No.
Originally, he taught is allama because we agreed al-jadr is he did it,
Yes.
and then me we studied it
Yeah.
in the ya, and I said ضمائر الملكية are the same ضمائر المفعول به, so it's a ya. So originally I'm supposed to say علمني. Good.
So
You remember that I said to you that in order to change the haraka, I have to have a reason. If a word has a dhamma, in order to make it a kasra, for example, what do? I put حرف جر. Like I say, إلى البيت من المدرسة. Good. And I'm going to ask you another question. حروف الجر, do they come before nouns or verbs?
nouns.
Nouns. So normally a kasra, you will see it beneath what? A noun.
No.
Not a verb.
Yes.
Because a verb does not act. You are not going to say fi or min or ila or ala and then mention a verb. Only before nouns. Okay. When I come to add the ya to the word allama, we agreed that al-madi mabni, the verb in the past is built like this. Kataba, qara'a, akala, shariba. Good. If I add a ya to it, I would have to put a kasra beneath the mim, and the verb is built like this, and it's not a noun to take a kasra. So for me to be able to prevent it from changing, what do I add?
Noon.
So the only reason this noon is there is to take the kasra instead of the mim. That's why it's called the noon of prevention, because it prevents the letter from taking a kasra, and it comes only in verbs.
What would it change the meaning if
No, not at all. That's
no, not the noon. I'm saying if, for example, didn't use the noon, but the kasra came in
you
the
cannot,
can't do
you
it.
can't because a verb will not take a kasra.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not part of its nature.
Yeah.
So the noon comes just merely to take the kasra. Because I cannot add another letter because the ya means me. So there is no way that I can change this. And I cannot change the meme into a kasra. If I cannot change this into a kasra, and I cannot change this letter, the only way I need to get someone in the middle. So that's what we call noonul wiqaya, the noon of prevention.
Will it always be a noon?
It will always be a noon because this is the only letter that is used for prevention, noon. That's why it's called the noon of prevention. Noonul wiqaya.
Why did it have to take a kasra?
Because verbs do not take a kasra.
Why can you not have al-lamai?
Because we agreed that in Arabic we have things that are built. It's like, I'm going to give you another example. كيف أقول from? من. Can I say منو? Why? Because it's مبني. So is verb in the past.
Because there are no
مبني.
you know the lam of the fa'ala will never carry a qasra.
A kasra, yeah. Always, verbs will not carry a kasra. So that's why this has, because it's a mabni, it has to keep its haraka. So this has to keep its haraka. And this we cannot change because that's the pronoun for me. So the only thing is to get this noon al-wuqa.
You can't change.
I'll tell you because the meme will never carry a qasra. It's allama, qara'a,
Yeah, so
shariba.
al-lamai.
But you can't join
No,
the
because
ya.
allama yi. No, it doesn't happen. Ya has to have a kasra before it.
Okay.
You remember when we said huruful mad, letters of mad. It's like you said aya. You have to have a kasra before it. Alif, you have to have a fatha before it. Waw, you have to have a dhamma before it. Look at the word qala. Can it be qala?
No, you can't say it properly.
Yeah, you can't say bro. Can be qiyala.
No.
You get what I'm saying? So it's its nature that it has to have a. When I say qalu, the lam has a dhamma. The lam normally has a fatha. Qala.
Yeah.
But here I say qalu. I change the lam from a fatha to a dhamma to suit. But why here I change it instead of bringing another letter? Because a verb can have a dhamma. So in qala, when I added the waw for they, I said what? Qalu. Because a verb can have a dhamma. But a verb cannot have a kasra. Because here the verb cannot have a kasra. So I had to bring something that can take the kasra instead.
Yeah, forgotten that rule.
Yeah.
The ayn al-fail can take fataha.
Or
kasra,
anything, yeah. Anything. Yeah. It can take any haraka. Only the end.
dhamma. The end cannot take
Kasra.
It can take fatha and dhamma.
And dhamma. So that's why, so we have to bring noon al-waqaya in.
Good question.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did look at Noon al-Waqaya. It's coming back.
No, I know. Yeah, it's I mean, and you know that the pronouns, because you've learned Arabic before, you must have come across these pronouns. But you know the only problem is that you didn't have them as a map like this, as one. You learned them as blocks of sentences. But here is the breaking down.
So for she taught me, it will be because then we'll have to add noon again. Because
She first person is the sing.
So if I say she, that's allamat.
yeah, allamat.
Okay.
How can I add a ya?
Yeah, I'm going to say allamat ni.
All right.
Again, look at this. That's a very good example. We say katabat. So I say allamat.
Yeah.
She told. Can I change this sukun?
Yeah.
I cannot. Because if I change it to a kasra, it would mean something else. It would be empty. So what do? I need to say she taught me. So I need to add a yeah.
Yeah.
But then I cannot change this That's not part of the verb. The verb is allama.
Yeah.
That's a pronoun. But why can't I change it? Because if I change it, it would mean something else. So the only thing I put noon here. Allamat
Ni.
ni. The ta is she. The noon is wiqaya and the ya is me. You will see this noon a lot. You see, sometimes because the verb cannot take a kasra. Sometimes because the pronoun before it, we learned this as well. We said ad-dama'ir mabniya. You remember? Pronouns are built. You cannot change them. So because here you cannot change it. So I have to put nun al-uqaya to take the kasra. Yeah. And to make it easy for you, this nun al-uqaya only happens if it's followed by me. Because me is the only pronoun that is a ya. To make it easy for you. So nun al-wiqaya comes before what?
The
Yeah.
first
Before me.
Okay.
Because you would not need a kasra unless there is a ya, and it is the only pronoun that's a ya. So to make it, so always when you say did something to me, taught me, did this, you would have to put nun al-wiqaya.
Katabuni. Allamuni.
علموني أحسنتي علموا. I'm not going to change the wow, that's a mad. And then علموني, the noon to take the class. Always you will have nun wiqaya.
So the meme will have a dhamma here.
Yes,
We will not have a wow.
it will, yeah, because no, it would have a wow afterwards.
Allamu
علموا
and then ni.
and then me. Yeah, because you have to put the wow, because the wow is the only representation of they.
But can't you replace the wow with the dhamma?
You cannot replace the wow with a dhamma. You cannot, because like I need the wow because the wow is the pronoun they.
It's the alam.
It's the aliyah, so I cannot replace it with
Otherwise
something
it-
else. To top this, because you asked me, can I say alami or do something like that? To top this, the only time you may put or not nun al-wiqaya is when it's inna. Because to say indeed me, I can say what?
إنني
Inni or innani. And this is the only. When you have a noon like lakinna, but lakinni, but I. So inna, lakinna, all of these, because they are not verbs. So I can check, because when I say inna, that's not a verb. So I can say inni, and you would see it in the Quran, inni, and sometimes innani. And there is no difference. It's just one they used with nun luqaya, because the Arab did this. But in verbs, never.
La'alla, same thing.
The same, la'alli or la'allani. Yes.
La'allani sounds a bit better.
Yeah, but because it's easier. Because you know that la'alla is la'alla. So when you put the noon, it becomes easier. La'alla, going, like, flowing, and then la'allani. But when you go to la'alli, you force a kasra on the lam. Exactly.
Noon has some interesting functions. We also did Noon al-Tawqeed.
And noon al-tawqeed, yeah. We'll stop there, because I have to leave now. And work on the pronouns. How? Look at them, put them in your mind the way that you can, and then you see what I did? Open any page and do not concern yourself about the meaning of the root word. Concern yourself that, can I spot every single verb in this page? Can I determine if it's a madi or mudari? Can I say who is doing it to whom? That's it. Once we reach this stage, it will be easy. We'll learn more vocab and that will be it. This is the practice. Yeah, like this. You open and then you see, okay, I'm going to spot every single verb in this page today. And I'm going to determine what's the madi or mudari. And I'm going to say who is doing it to what. And you have your notes. You get stuck, then you go through them. Practice makes perfect. This is the only way. You know it. But it is just you are not fast enough. You remember when you used to do the cards? At the beginning you used to think, oh, qitta. But then, after so many times, then, oh, quickly. The same thing we need to do with this.
So ضمائر الفاعل is an ism.
الفاعل you just did it. What is it? أنا نحن وأنت أنت. Okay, let's